So, July opening fixtures are out, and for the first time in 13 meets, the defending champion is not within them. Chief Judge Asakayama, for one, makes a point of wishing Wakataka Kage a speedy recovery. Hoshoryu's camp declared last night, hence my late insertion into yesterday's piece, that he indeed would compete, but the tone was not optimistic, with Master Tatsunami saying, "I hope to somehow get him through all these 15 days. Spornichi informs us that on the 8th, Shoryu went out to train for the third morning straight, we think at Camp Takasago, then warmed down on the 9th. He will open up against Nemesis Enho and fellow Kashiwan Takanosho. Since his maiden crown here 3 years ago, the Yokozuna has not completed a Nagoya meet, though it seems his prep this year has been considerably better than last. Onosato is also in, but faces the unwelcome task of toppling Yoshinofuji and Fujinokawa first. He is yet to beat either rising star in earnest. Even more of his practice sessions than Hoshoryu's have been screened off from the press. Nikkan Sports understands Sato fought practice bouts with third-tier colleagues on the 9th, before today's proper warm-down. Sato has always faltered in the Nagoya heat, merely scraping salaried promotion after 3 defeats from 7, then posting his highest number of top-flight defeats in 2024, and dispensing a joint record 4 gold stars in 2025. Nevertheless, Chief Judge Asakayama says his hopes placed in Sato and Shoryu are high. It makes a whole lot of difference when the Yokozuna return, he told Nikkan Sports. I'd like to interpret their comebacks as their being in proper shape. I would look for them to lead the way, and Kirishima to try and keep pace. The latter kickstarts his second official Yokozuna bid against Fujinokawa and Enho, both of whom he comfortably leads. His previous Yokozuna bid stayed on course right until day 14, and significantly began with 6 wins from 7. At salaried level, Shima has never lost an opener in Nagoya, except by default when hurting his ribs 3 years ago. His record on days 1 to 4 over the past 8 meets is 26-6, day 5 often being his bête noire. Chief Judge Asakayama believes, based on May, I'd say Kirishima's improving. To rise, I would think he'd need the cup, but we're looking at every aspect this time. A high-level championship performance that is delivered in decent style. Aonishiki, much like the Yokozuna, has been training away from the cameras, one would guess at his master's insistence, as everything is staked on an Ozeki return. For him, Hiradomi should hold little fear, but Churanomi has toppled him 2 times from 3, the latter of those, I believe, the bout in which Nishiki injured his toe. The main news we've had from him of late was his presence at the signing of a partnership agreement between Aichi Academy and his stable, which since last year has been renting the former's Nishin campus facilities as its Nagoya base. Nishin camps include joint sessions with the Academy Sumo team and chanko meals with student all-comers. The partnership aims to widen those activities to the broader community. Aonishiki said he felt wrestlers had much to learn from Academy students, and that as he'd only just failed to be champion last July, he was keen to repay everyone this year by going that vital extra step. Hochi Sports afternoon reports today focused on Sadogatake, which feels it has less to hide than several other stables just mentioned. Kotozakura worked with weights this morning before rounding things off with some charging, all in his sky blue matchday belt. It's now about getting body temperature control absolutely right, he said, while mulling the prospect of 30-degree mornings next week. He begins his quest to save rank against Takanosho and Yoshinofuji, on current form 2 of the easiest ties he'd feel he could have got. But records are there to be altered. Kotoshoho, the first ever champion in the new Nagoya arena, did much the same menu as Sakura today, then said, "I'm in passable condition, now just to really go for it." Asked how he found his coaching session with Wakanohana in recent days, he said, "Precious indeed." And asked what he thought of both Aonishiki and Wakatakakage claiming the title after similar Wakanohana workouts, he said, "I won't get carried away by that." He used to beat Churanomi for fun, but has lost 4 of their most recent 7, including en route to his Emperor's Cup. Gonoyama he's known well since Saitama Sakai, but has lost 4 from 7 to him, with none of those matches having gone to the belt. Kotoeiho, after doing his charging routine, said, "I feel quite sharp, so let's see what my best efforts can bring. My rank might be higher, the venue might be different, but I still must deliver that same Kotoeiho style. I'm especially keen to strengthen my focus in the middle third." Prior to that, he must get past Fujiseun and Shodai, having beaten both in their most recent encounters. He's seeking to post a highly impressive 6th successive winning score. Other standout fixtures include Atamifuji commencing against 2 erstwhile Sakaigawa colleagues, both of whom beat him in May. Recent Fighting Spirit winner Hakuno Fuji, with no losing scores in Nagoya, takes on Daisho, to whom he is 0-2 and has never faced outside Tokyo, and Ichi Yamamoto, against whom he is 2-0. Local favourite Fujiryoga seeks a first win in 3 over Roga, though he beat him a bit in April tour practice, before tackling Wakamoto Haru for the first official time. Takeru Fuji's top flight return is marked with a Caucasian doubleheader, with only Kim Bozan having made him taste defeat so far. While Daisezan and Kazuma top flight debut against each other, before moving on to the Ishizaki brothers thereafter. Finally, in Division 2, for which only first day fixtures are out, Hakuyozan is the one absentee as reported a week ago. Arashi Fuji starts life in silk against tumbling Tohakuryu. His reluctant stablemate Enho seeks to avenge Mei's dramatic loss to Hitoshi. Tamawashi's first taste of second-tier action since 2013 comes against Hatsuyama, who was not in the best of form in May. And Toshino Fuji christens his career high rank against Ryuden, having never faced him before.